Hey, good morning, everyone. So, the big question, what is your life purpose? And I'm doing this video actually because this was one of my main questions. And even doing channeling work, when I first started channeling, this was the main focus of my questioning. What am I here to do? What am I here to bring? And the answer that I would get would always be quite confusing. And it's taken me a long time to really embed this message and to understand the true meaning of life purpose here on earth. We tend to think of life purpose as a job, and even if we've moved beyond that, we still tend to think of it as what we do with our time in terms of doing the actions that we do. But really, our life purpose is energetic, and that can be confusing for many of us. So I'll just cut to the chase. Your life purpose is to live the energetic frequency of you. And that's pretty direct, but what does that really mean? So when I would ask this question, I would get, you're here to be a light bearer or a way shower. You're here to be light. And that was the extent of what I got. I wouldn't necessarily get actions. I would just get the energetic imprint of what I'm meant to be bringing. And so it can be kind of a tricky thing to switch our mindset from doing and from action into being and embodying energy. Because that, our mind and the way that the world works, we're very much into this whole doing mentality. And we really want to have accomplishments and we want to have things be apparent to us. And that's beautiful because it does trickle down to that. So here's how it works. We start with the energetic frequency of what we're here to be, and then all action flows from that. But what we have a tendency to do is skip forward to the action and hope that it brings in the energy. And it doesn't quite work that way. So, point being, you are here to be your truest energetic frequency. And when you really tune into that, you're going to know what it is. If you let yourself be just for a moment, let all of the expectation out of your mind, sit and relax and just listen. What am I here to be? What's my frequency? And you'll find it. And then all action flows naturally from that. Now that's also a part, the action flowing naturally from it, that's also a part that gets confusing. Because we may stand around and go, well, what am I supposed to be doing right now? Well, if you're living your frequency, then you're doing it. And there are infinite amount of ways that you can manifest that. And that's our life work. So our life work is the manifestation of our life purpose. And when we're living in our frequency, when we're being our frequency, for example, I'll make it a little more apparent. My frequency is to shine my light, right? So I could have done that in 100 different ways this morning. I could have meditated and made sure that I was bringing my own frequency in, letting go of the mental clutter before I leave the house and talk to people. I drove my nephew to school this morning, and if I were in a place where I didn't want people to see me, if I was feeling shy, if I was feeling reserved, if I was feeling not good enough, then I'm not serving my purpose. But if I am feeling good enough, if I'm feeling bright, then I'm serving my purpose just by driving my nephew to school. So that gives you the idea. Now, of course, we want to manifest this into a calling, into something that shows up in life as maybe a job or something that really takes up most of our time because we want to see it, because we're in the physical. So we want to have that manifestation of it show up in our lives, and it will. And that's the important thing to remember, is that once we pay attention to the frequency first, then it flows in. Right? And we get to choose. So that's the next component that our mind can be really frustrated with or confused about. What do you mean? I have a million choices that I can, I have options and I can choose anything. I want a clear path. I want it to show up like this. Well, recognize that what you want is showing you what your choices are. So if you're feeling a desire for something, if you're feeling a want, be grateful for where you are right now and recognize it as perfect. And then also recognize that that desire for a specific way is how you are desiring to choose. So that's a clue. That's a clue for you. What is your desire pointing you towards? That's a clue for what you, in this lifetime, embodied as this human, would like to choose and how you would like to manifest your life purpose into the physical. So if you're having a hard time, if you're struggling with your life purpose, remember, start with the energy. Start with the energetic imprint of who you're here to be. What energy do you ignite in others? What energy are you here to bring that then when others are in your presence, they're ignited with that as well? And that's your life purpose. And then as you get more comfortable living in your energetic frequency and really keeping that as the paramount of what you're here to do, then the actions beyond that will show themselves and they'll be more clear, and it'll be joyful because you'll already be embodying that frequency. So take care, have a great day, embody your frequency, be who you're meant to be, and get in touch if you'd like to. All right, bye.